star-crossed lovers destined to be together, but never really together. Kind of like Barbie and Ken.
Dun 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 dun! Without even seeing their faces, you know who these two characters are. It is the amazing Caped Crusader Batman, and it is his lovely adversary Catwoman. And this is the Barbie and Ken set that commemorates the 1966 Batman TV series, live action, that starred Adam West as Batman. And as Catwoman, we had Julie Newmar, we had Eartha Kitt, and then if you count the 2-hour special movie that they did at the time the show was airing in the 1960s, we had Lee Merriweather as well. But for the purposes of this episode, let's just assume that this lovely Barbie doll is based on Julie Newmar in her interpretation of the character, because you could probably argue that she is the best known Catwoman of that series. So let's take a closer look at each one of these, starting with Catwoman on her stand. She's got the typical Barbie stand with clear plastic rod there, and then the base of it has the Barbie name on it. Not much else to that. And then Catwoman herself, I think one of the first things you notice about this doll is that they did pretty well capture the shiny texture quality of her cat suit, which is kind of hard to describe. It's not sparkly, but it's got like almost a reptilian look to it. And on this Barbie doll, it's really nicely done and definitely form-fitting to her, this cat suit, and all the way down to her feet. And then I love the booties. I absolutely love the booties. You know, we have known Barbie dolls over time to have feet that are too small for the rest of their body proportionately. And so she's got her too small Barbie doll feet on, but these boots are just amazing. I think they did a good job with these boots. You can remove them. Let's see, they're just typical plastic. And then her cat suit, you can see, does not go all the way down to her toes, but it covers a lot of her foot and under her foot, you can see. So we'll put that back on. Love those little cuffed boots. And then she's got gloves on. And the gloves are removable as well. I can slide them here, but I'm not going to. Or are they removable? Actually, I correct myself because they've got these little tabs. You could remove them if you really wanted to, but if you're a collector and you just want to leave them on, then they are kind of tacked in place with those plastic tabs. And they've got, look at the little gold painted nails on the front, and they are satin, black satin, very nice. And then her belt, her gold belt is removable. You can see in the back it's got a little Velcro closure, but we'll leave that on. So feasibly this Barbie doll could be dressed, but I think the vast number of people who are buying this item are collectors, and they're going to leave her as is. I will note in the back of the cat suit, there's Velcro, and when you undo that, you see her copyright and trademark. Actually, she's stamped 2007 Mattel, made in China on the back, but that is not the year she was made. It's just an earlier mold that they used for this. And speaking of the mold, they definitely went for a vintage look. I don't know if this is actually like the face of a 1966 Barbie. I'm sure there are Barbie experts out there who could tell for sure, but it's definitely a vintage look, right? It's meant to be like a 1960s Barbie as a tribute to when this show aired. Okay, so we see with the little mask, almost glasses, more like, you can see they are on with elastic, and they are running through her hair. They are secured through her hair, which, by the way, is like a helmet. It's really really hardened down on her head, much like if you saw the earlier episodes of Terrific TV Toys where we looked at the Alexis and Crystal Barbie dolls from Dynasty. It's very much like that. It's almost like little dolly hairspray to the max, just holding that all in place. So I don't even have to comb it. I'm not going to try to comb it, but I love the groovy 60s hairstyle here too. And then her ears at the top. Looks like they are a headband that is so deeply set in her hair. It almost looks like they're coming out of her head, but it does look right there that they are connected to a piece of plastic that goes down into her hair and maybe into the plastic of her head itself. Her necklace stays in place. That is connected to her bodysuit, her cat suit, so that is not going to get lost. And all in all, just nice details for her. Okay, Batman, step right up. He's got the stand, that's the same, and he's got Ken on there. And we'll look at his details here, very much like the series. You've got a sort of polyester type base to the gray leotard, and then the blue satin trim, which on the show, it was actually the same dark blue satin trim for the trim of his outfit, his cape. Look at the nice cape, very stiff, satiny cape. I think nice. And then the boots are, I'm sure, removable as well. I'm not going to go to the trouble because his feet are so big and so flat that it's going to be really difficult to get them back on. The belt, also removable because you see it's plastic and it's got its little enclosure here that is easily removed. And then as far as his back stamp, can't see it. Can't see it. I really want to dismantle the doll. Look at these tags, by the way. I was going to call this out on Catwoman, but I'll do it here. Nice satin tag with the Batman logo on it and trademark and copyright DC Comics. Nice tags for the clothing. Okay, we'll put this Velcro back on. And let's take a look at what this Ken doll looks like under the cowl. You can see the cowl is split, so you can very carefully maybe remove that thing. It's made to be removed. Okay, there he is, revealed in real life. There's our Bruce Wayne, which definitely is a Ken, not a Bruce Wayne. And this is vintage too, 1960s. Light-colored hair, not the fuzzy hair on some of the early Ken dolls of that era. Painted on hair, but look at those blue eyes. Woohoo! Okay, we'll put the cowl back on, I think. Well, the cowl is really exactly like you saw it on the TV series, which is nice. The eyebrows painted on. Can you hear my neighbors? Wow. I've actually restarted this episode like 3 or 4 times because the lady next door came out and was yelling at the dogs, and it was a lot of drama and a lot of noise. Okay, his gloves, I'll note, to have these little tacks on, the little plastic tie things. They're fastening it on. Now, this, of course, is not an out-of-the-box experience because I have been displaying these downstairs in the BRBTV Bat Cave since I got them a few years ago. I would say I probably got them 2013, 2014, perhaps, maybe a little later. Maybe later, maybe more like 2015. I can't remember exactly when. So they've been on display. But as a special treat today, look at this. boxes. It's crazy, but I still have the boxes for these, and that was merely because I had room to throw them in the storage room downstairs. I could just kind of throw them on a pile because I thought, well, maybe I want to look at the boxes again someday. I don't usually keep boxes, but this is the one for Catwoman. You could see they had a backdrop for it. A little bit of signage on the front, nice graphic. And then you turn it over and it's got some verbiage on the back along with a stunning image. Batman is the live-action TV cult phenomenon inspired by the DC Comics characters the Caped Crusader and his sidekick Robin, the Boy Wonder, formed the dynamic duo. Together they battled colorful master criminals. The perfectly mischievous minx Catwoman was a favorite foe, sauntering through the TV episodes. Even today, the Batman legacy continues as dedicated fans tune to the same Bat channel to watch tales of Gotham City's beloved DC superhero. BRBcollector.com is mentioned down here. This is the Pink Label collection, did they say? Yeah, Pink Label. They have different labels. They got Black Label, Gold Label, and Platinum as well. And on the bottom, I see, when you look at the fine print on the bottom, these things are dated 2012. I can't believe they were actually out in 2012, though, because the Batman 1966 merchandise, it seemed like it started showing up later, but I could be wrong about that. But I did definitely get these after 2012, more like 2014 or 2015. I want to say here is the Batman box as well. Take a look at the front of that with the graphics. Barbie Collector, Pink Label, and it's got this backdrop on it as well. Clear plastic side, and on the back the same verbiage that you saw, the repeat of that graphic and all the same other stuff. So those are the boxes, and those are the Bat and the Cat forever entwined in their opposite sides of the law. And I love the interplay between Adam West and Julie Newmar on the original TV series. And if you read Adam West's book about his time on the Batman TV show, he addresses that a lot, that they had a lot of chemistry between them. He has some interesting things to say in there, so check that out. All right, thanks for watching, and stay tuned to BRBTV for more terrific TV toys.